get a bit more shading with the F just around here, I think, for now. Needs to be a bit longer there. Now this meets up here. The shading meets up about here, just up where iris is, and then it's kind of across here, just a bit. This is under here, and it's meeting up just here, just goes over here, meets up at the top of her nose. Now there's a shading here. A little bit under here. It's kind of going in. And then this shading is coming. That's her ear. Yeah, that's her ear. And that's the bottom of her ear there. Very faint, I can hardly see it now. So drawing it in again. See, I'm not doing too many rounded lines, I'm just doing the angles. And it's kind of all darker in there, but just fill that up for now. Then this shading is coming just above here, so it's coming from here. So just about here where the shading starts from. There's a little patch there for where her hair starts. Bottom of her ear. And shading starts from about here, just underneath that. It's going up to about here. Got a kind of curvy line there. And it's kind of going straight up here. There's a bit more shading here, but very little. A bit of shading here. That kind of direction. And a bit of shade here. Bit of some tiny little marks on her forehead here. I'll just put a suggestion of these in. It's freckly, it's a bit freckly. Right, so now just on the outside of where laughter lines go, and about here, starts the shading again. And it's going to be coming round in a kind of nice gentle curve, but again you can use the angles, so it's coming down a bit. It's a little bit that's straight, just like that, then it comes down, and I'm looking about how far is this from this line of her jaw here. That's a jaw line. We'll just get that in a bit stronger there so you can see it. Yeah, so that shading, it's kind of full here, and then got a little gap from about here away from her jaw. That's the kind of line that's going down like that. It all goes to the edge, I would say, just about here, down like that. And this curvy line is coming from up here across here, kind of coming that way. But that needs to end up just above this edge of her mouth here. It needs to end up about here. So, but it's going quite at that kind of angle. So you've got that angle. You can fill it all in there. It's kind of going just below her lip line. It's quite a strong bit of shading here. Not putting more in with this, just making a note of where it's coming to. It's just kind of about here. And so this shading of her cheek needs to be about here. It's coming just above that, like that. And then we've got that little mark coming there. We've got a mark which is a good marker, literally, above this mark here, this area here. It's here. Just put that in a little bit stronger, not pressing, just a bit more on there. and then that is coming, this is the angle it's coming here, and then it's coming slightly over here like this, and then down into that here. Got this kind of area there, coming like that. So all the time, even with these face shaping, these face shapes are really important for showing the bone structure of her face. When she smiles, what happens, what's happening in her face. Then we've got this slight mark coming down right from the end of her mouth here, coming down like that. It's about there, that kind of size. And I'm just checking that line there, where the edge of her lips, you can actually use a little bit of paper, look, you can just see where the edge of her lips are, put your paper flat onto the page and see that's a lip edge, and then look at where that shadow is, that on the crease of her mouth, laughter line there. It's just about, it's under here, it's literally that kind of space there, so it's just there, and you can mark it. There's a little line that goes up actually on her face there, a little shadow there, we can mark it like that, and there's a bit more there, and then there's a bit more here, a bit more shading there, and that's a bit thicker. Okay, that's shining a little bit there, but not too much. Okay, now we'll get this bit finished here, then we'll do her chin, and then we'll go over with the paper stump and get rid of any shine. It's a little bit low, but we'll leave that for now. And then this, kind of coming like this. I'm looking at this mark here on her face. I don't know if you can see that on your page, but I'm measuring now from here to where the shadow starts on her face, on her chin, on the photo, and it's kind of out here really. This is the darker shadow, and I'm also double checking with the distance here. So that's the darker shadow there, and then you can just kind of fill this in really. There's a little bit left off the corner there, but it comes right down. Now we don't want to get a line here, so we go right up to the marker line, and we're just going to merge that in. Now I'm looking at the top of that line there. Looking at the angle of it there, and then how far away it is from here. Very, very dark where it touches the baby's dress here. And it goes even darker, but not on her face, but around it. It's coming very, very dark here. So we'll leave that for the minute. We'll just mark that as the baby's dress, that area. It's not so deep actually, it's just about there. So I'm just going to rub that off because that will give us a good marker there. Take that off. That's it. Now, got this going up here. It's going right up to the light area, which is about here. That's the lightness. So we'll fill this up. Now there's a bit of shading, quite dark shading here, and I'm measuring on her teeth where it comes, where it starts to dip round there, and it's coming in the middle of her front tooth, about here. It's coming about here. Put a line in. Like that. And then it dips around gently from there. This is very pale here, darker here, much darker here. Just trying to fill those little gaps in the paper. Now this coming down there, and across here, and this bit joined there. Then I'm looking at the shape on her face where I can see the light, and I'm just saying, oh, is mine the same? Mine looks a bit bigger. It needs to be more shaded here. And that will make the shape just right. That's better. Yeah, that's better. And it's slightly coming up here. Just very slightly, and then it comes round. Like that. Then in this corner, it's coming around under